everyone, I'm back, and this time I'm going to be discussing the results of a poll that I recently did on my Instagram and kind of see what results I got. Just because I kind of have my own assumptions about the signs, but I want to see if they're valid, and they were because I'm always right, but that's irrelevant. Who would win in a fight? I put Aries and Sagittarius just because Aries and Sagittarius are both always ready to get in a fight. They're always ready to argue, always ready to turn up. They're always on 10. What the fuck is up with that? I mean, speaking as a fellow fire sign, I understand. I mean, bitches be crazy and you just gotta, there's only one way to solve it, you know? Okay, but Aries won by a lot. I would pick Aries too because a Sagittarius can fight with words. They can be really rude, but it's not that they're being rude, it's that they're being honest, how they put it. In respect of my Sagittariuses, honesty is how they get along in the world, how they coexist with everyone else. But when they're pissed, they can be pretty rude too, kind of like any sign. But Aries got the hands. I know some Aries girls that know how to fight. So if I was ever gonna get in a fight, I would call up an Aries. Okay, who doesn't give a fuck? It was between Libra and Aquarius because Libras have this vibe like, oh, I'm a little angel, and if anything happens, it doesn't matter because life goes on, whatever, peace and blessings. That's the Libra vibe. And then Aquarius is just like, you're not gonna offend me, probably. Anything that you ever are gonna say to me, I probably already thought about it myself, so they're not really ever surprised. I feel like Libra won, which was actually really strange because I know Libras actually care underneath it all. Didn't mean to tell your secrets, Libras, but Aquariuses actually are the ones who don't give a fuck. If they say they don't care, they really don't care. The liar, pants on fire / cheater in Pisces and Aries. Now, I know that Aries are notorious for cheating and lying, and they just have something about them that just makes them unfaithful. But they're nothing like a fucking Pisces. The difference about an Aries and a Pisces is that, like, an Aries will lie, and yeah, maybe they won't admit to being a liar or a cheater or a scammer, abuser mentally. But Pisces, when they lie, they actually believe it. Like, they convince themselves that what they're saying is the truth, and I'm just like, really? I dated a fucking Pisces for like almost 2 years or something. That was enough for me. Honestly, there would be times when I would have the receipts, literally, and he would still lie. He would lie until I just couldn't even, like, I had no more energy left in me to even try to get the truth out of him. And at that point, I was like, bye, just bye. Moral of the story, Pisces are the cheaters and the liars, and they won. Will hold a grudge forever. This was between Scorpio and Cancers. Scorpios love to hold on to the past, but Cancers bring it up more. Let's just see what the results say. Okay, so it was pretty close actually. Like 6 more people voted for Scorpio than they did for Cancer. So my point is right. Okay, I'll say I've had Cancer friends. That's all I'm gonna say. Had in the past tense. They just don't like to forgive easily, which is acceptable because not everyone has to, you know, be always buddy with everyone. But I'm just saying, this is advice. If you like a Cancer, don't fuck it up because they be holding grudges and it's never gonna be the same. Will never admit when they're wrong. That was between a Virgo and Taurus, and Virgo won. Well, we all know Virgos have problems, but so do Tauruses. But definitely Virgo They just always have to correct everything you say. It's more like a Taurus. The way a Taurus won't admit when they're wrong is when you're in an argument and then later on, like, they realize maybe they blew things out of proportion, or maybe they said some things, or they were literally wrong about something. They would rather not admit that, whereas a Virgo will always correct you and make sure that you know that you're wrong all the time. So it's a little bit different in that sense, but they also don't like to admit when they're wrong, because why would they? I mean, a lot of Virgos voted in this one and they all voted for themselves, so that says enough. Next, control freak. And I put a Virgo and a Leo. Now, people may not know true Leos because Leos always mask everything. Don't care who you are, who you been, who you with. A Leo will probably protect their feelings or their control issues because of pride. It's a Leo thing. Sorry to give away Leo secrets, but that's how we be. Whereas a Virgo literally just has to always have the control. Honestly, I would say in just a general aspect, a Virgo has way more control problems than a Leo, because a Leo just has control issues when things are not going the way that they planned and they feel like they're not in power, because a Leo always has to be on top, whereas a Virgo just always has to be that bitch. A real freak. So there's always a lot of debate between water signs are the freakiest, fire signs are the freakiest, and I wanted to put an end to this shit because I have had sex with fire signs and I have had sex with water signs, and no one puts it down like a fire sign. And the votes speak for themselves. Fire sign won. The most intellectual. Now that was Aquarius and Gemini. Aquariuses are intellectual on the basis of I did my research, I know what's going on, and I'm gonna enlighten you only in what I know. Aquariuses never really speak about things that they don't know about, which I really respect, because it's like, bitch, stop yapping if you don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. And then a Gemini is just really intellectual. They just have shit going on in their heads all the time, thinking of shit, brainstorming shit. Who knows what they be on, but in this case, let's see who won. Oh, it was really close. One vote Aquarius won by. Personally, intellectual, I would say an Aquarius is more intellectual. Well, Geminis are deeper in their feelings. I don't know. That's actually really hard. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Aquarius because I know a lot of Aquariuses and they are just super cool. So Team Aquarius. Who will ghost you? A Capricorn or a Sag? Okay, I don't think people realize a Capricorn will literally have feelings for you and you wouldn't know ever. And the Sagittarius, I guess that's also the same, but Sagittarius are more open in the way that they feel most of the time. Capricorn won, and I think that's true because Capricorns are just like, they're just like, that's just a Capricorn, can't explain it. Was loyal. So Leos and Libras, they're both known for being loyal signs. Just seen that all the time. And Leo won by a lot. What can I say? Libras are more loyal because they just want to be able to say that they're loyal. Not to diss a Libra, but they just like having something to say. Oh yeah, like I'm this, I'm that. They like talking about themselves. So any positive trait they would actually like to possess, because that's just how they roll. Most fashionable. That was between Pisces and Libra. Pisces and Libras are the two most fashionable signs of the zodiac. I gotta give it up for them. Pisces are just so intuitive and into their own universe. And Libras are just people pleasers, so they want to have all the hottest stuff. So it's kind of like, it's like natural fashion versus disciplined fashion. But Libras are really cool. Like, they know how to have their own aesthetic. Pisces won by only 2 more votes, but I personally think Pisces, just because Actually, no, sorry. I'm sorry to my Pisces. I know a lot of fashionable Pisces, I'll admit that. But if I'm gonna be honest, Libras will take it down. I only say this because I don't really have inspirations for fashion, but I do look at people's fashion and I'm like, okay, I like what they're doing. And my favorite fashionista is Chantel Jeffries, and she is a Leo. I mean, I wish. She's a Libra, and she's the most fashionable girl in Hollywood in my eyes. So I just have to go with Libra based off of Chantel Jeffries. Silent but deadly. Capricorn and Scorpio. Scorpio won by more than half, but honestly, I know Scorpios and I know Capricorns, and I honestly think that anyone who truly knows a Capricorn knows how crazy they can be. That's just me. I think Capricorns are more crazy than Scorpios. Foodies. So Taurus won. Oh, between Taurus and Cancer, Taurus won. Tauruses take the cake. Like, Cancer is ruled by the stomach, so people think they're the foodies, which that means they're more nurturing, they can cook, they're just food friendly, I guess you could say. Tauruses, however, know how to eat. My mom is a Taurus, and that bitch, she puts it down in the kitchen. I'm not kidding. She can cook anything, and I've had Taurus friends. Everyone, all the Tauruses I know love to eat, and I love Tauruses because I love to eat too. Artsy as fuck. Between Pisces and Aquarius, Pisces won. Woohoo! Pisces are so, like I said, intuitive in their own world. I vote Pisces too. Aquariuses are also very artsy, but their art is more complex, and not everyone can just, comprehend an Aquarius. It takes a special type of person to understand an Aquarius. Crybaby. A crybaby. I put Cancer and Leo. I knew I could have put Pisces and Cancer because they're both crybabies. But honestly, if you know a Leo, you know Leo is a crybaby. So between Cancer and Leo, Cancer won. I don't know, honestly. I think it's a toss-up. Cancers are crybabies in different ways, and Leos just don't show it as much. And if they do, it's still not as much as you know. Okay, that's all I'll say. Hot and cold, but mostly cold. Gemini and Scorpio, always on that bullshit. Both of those signs. Gemini won. I could see that. They're all over the place. Split by the twins. Just can't pick a side. Outgoing and adventurous. Sagittarius and Aquarius. Sagittarius, hands down. I mean, they won also, but like, Sagittarius are so cool. They're always trying to do something. Okay, most likely to make you laugh. Now, Leo and Taurus. Okay, Tauruses are really funny. Like, they're just, I don't give a fuck. I'm loud. I'm gonna make all these jokes. I'm gonna be goofy and make you laugh. And then Leo is just like, I'll do anything to make anyone like me. So I'm gonna make everybody laugh. But Leos are actually funny. I love Leo's humor. They're just so adorable. You're just like, what the fuck are you doing right now? And then the best advice. Oh, Leo won that. Duh. But the best advice. Air signs or earth signs? Okay, so personally, at first I thought air signs because their advice is always like not centered around emotions. It's just more like generic advice that you should really take into consideration. Versus earth signs, but earth signs advice is way more distinct, and it's like it's more critical of behavior as well, which is actually important. So I think that earth signs do give better advice. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Air signs are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and earth signs won by a lot of votes. So any questions about signs, ask me, because I love talking about that shit. So thanks for watching.